Apparently, if you missed WrestleMania 29, you didn't miss much. But in case you missed this past Monday Night Raw, which was the post WrestleMania Raw show, you did miss a lot. This was like the must watched show in the television history. I could say that because I mean it was. Go back and watch it. I will guarantee you that you will be amazed by the crowd, by the wrestling. Actually, like, the wrestling matches were freaking amazing. I thought this show was better than WrestleMania itself. But let me tell you what happened after when Raw went off the air. Cena got on the microphone and he put over the crowd. He said that this championship was for them, and then Cena said that usually they play the music at the end of the show, but tonight they were the music. He left the ring while the whole crowd was singing Fandango's theme song, like that was like, it was going on and on since Fandango left the ring. As his music was going on, people were started like humming and singing his theme song, and the crowd went nuts. The show closed with the final "We Are Awesome" chant. Throughout the whole Raw show, people were chanting, and I swear, like, every freaking 60 seconds there was a new different chant. I have never seen such an awesome crowd like this before. Thank you wherever this crowd was from. It was from multiple different countries. I know, I can say that for sure. I went to WrestleMania 28 last year. From an experience, I know this. When people buy WrestleMania tickets, they do buy WrestleMania post, the Raw show, the upcoming Raw show after WrestleMania, and they go to that show, and the arena is, it's not as big as WrestleMania. It's pretty compact, so the crowd actually sounds really freaking awesome, and most of them are freaking, real wrestling fans. They stayed there to watch Raw, not only WrestleMania, to watch the next upcoming event. So they're the real wrestling fans, which is why they go freaking nuts. I mean, they're the original wrestling fans. They will do whatever. They're not those little kids that you take and they fall asleep. Oh, mommy, I'm going to sleep because I don't want to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson telling me his stories when he was 15 years old, how he masturbated in his freaking pants without touching his penis. No. This was a real freaking crowd. Crowd from over then, see, I don't even know how many countries. I've seen it, I know for sure. What proved it was WrestleMania 28. See, WrestleMania 27, I went to it, but it was like 60 miles away from my house. I mean, I did see a whole lot of people, but then again, WrestleMania 28 attracted a lots of different people, in my opinion. I have never seen a crowd like that. I mean, WrestleMania 28 crowd was freaking awesome. 29 proved it to be a really awesome crowd as well. But then again, like, it's been proven that in an open stadium, a dome or whatever, the crowd noise, it goes out. Like, it doesn't, you can't hear it too well. That's one of the reasons why, the crowd didn't sound really lively and, awesome and stuff. But then again, like, CM Punk and Undertaker match, like, crowd was like going nuts. And I was like wondering why the crowd didn't sound so good in the Rock Cena match, Lesnar and Triple H's match. They were trying their best to be loud, but then again, it's just they were just wore out. The show was pretty freaking long. WrestleMania crowd, they stay there for like freaking whole day. They get tired. I know this from an experience. It happened to me. I was I went to Miami, which was, I don't know how many miles away from my house. I live in North Georgia, so you go figure. Yeah, it was a hell of an experience. I want to go to next year's WrestleMania, but then again, let's talk about this Raw. Now, the first things first. You guys want to take a guess what I'm going to talk about? Any guesses? Post comments right now and see if you're right. I'm going to give you 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Dolph Ziggler. I don't know how many of you guys remember this or not. I've been after this guy Last year, especially, I used to talk about Dolph Ziggler a lot. I finally quit talking about it because everyone knows that one day Dolph was going to become a champion, and that day came today, tonight, or this past Monday Night Raw, and the crowd went nuts. I mean, you talk about even my volume, the TV volume wasn't even high. I mean, it was pretty low. And as soon as Dolph's music hit, people were like, "Oh my gosh, I swear, you guys should have seen the look on my face." And I didn't even like tweet at that moment. I waited till actually when the match started, and then I started to tweet. I stood there with my mouth and eyes wide open, and I looked at it. I was like, is this gonna be it? I was making sure that this wasn't no false cashing in, you know, and this was like legit. As soon as he handed over the briefcase and the bell rung, Justin Roberts announced it, then it was official. The crowd went ballistic. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this: if you can, try to download this Raw. I know people that find a way to download the whole show somehow, torrent it or something like that. I'm not gonna give you any links because I'm sure YouTube has all the stuff. You guys can look at it, and of course WWE uploads their clip and stuff. Anyways, I will highly recommend you to at least watch this crap. You don't even have to watch WrestleMania. See, this is how good it was compared to WrestleMania. This Raw show was just like amazing. Even without having CM Punk and The Rock, they showed they have a capability to to put up a really freaking awesome show. I want to see the ratings on this show. I mean, that's how good it was. But anyways, I didn't even get to the point where Dolph Ziggler won the championship. Yes, in case you were wondering, Dolph won the championship. Finally, that day came. Do I have to talk about Dolph again? I'm just gonna wait and talk about him in a different video because I want to talk about some other stuff. But then again, I'm very happy for Dolph because he is a physically amazing athlete and I'm really proud of him. Okay, if anybody's wondering if CM Punk is really hurt or something, or why was he kept off for tonight's Raw, because he was selling his loss to The Undertaker and showing the fact that he's pretty banged up and stuff, but he will be on next week Raw, as Paul Heyman announced it. Alright, now listen up. On The Rock, if anybody is wondering if that injury is legit, it is. Then again, there's a heat on The Rock. Now this gets me too, because The Rock left as soon as he found out that he's really injured. He wanted to get the treatment done as soon as possible because he's gonna film the Hercules movie. There was heat backstage on The Rock because everybody was saying, or most of the superstars were saying, that hey, if I was injured, I would work. I mean, at least all you have to do is just come out there and cut a promo, and that's it. I do agree with that. I mean, come on now, you can at least stay there and cut a promo. But then again, hey, that's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. But then again, I'm not going to talk about him because he wasn't even on the show. Okay, now this is really exciting. Another big thing. My friend Tyler, he told me that The Undertaker was scheduled for, I think it's a SmackDown show or a Raw. I'm not sure. But he is scheduled for an upcoming show in the 3rd week. If next week is in United Kingdom, I'm not sure which week is United Kingdom, but then again, I don't know. One of the weeks, I know for sure, Undertaker is scheduled for a show. I don't know if it's SmackDown or Raw, but who cares? Anyways, Taker hasn't left. Looks like Taker is going to wrestle again. I'm not quite sure. It looks like he is. Taker was out. He was cutting a promo. He started to talk, and he said, last night he dedicated his match to Paul Bearer, and then right after that, Shield came out through the crowd, and guess what? Team Hell No came out, and they came to the aid of The Undertaker before he got struck by Shield, and Shield backed out. As soon as that moment happened, as soon as Kane and Daniel Bryan came out, I tweeted saying Extreme Rules equals Taker and Team Hell No versus The Shield. Do you guys agree with that? It seems like Extreme Rules is known to be a really, you know, a bigger pay-per-view than even a SummerSlam pay-per-view. I'm not sure what to say about Extreme Rules. Was it like this back in the day? I'm not sure. Like, if you think about it for a second, I know like Backlash 2003, they had The Rock versus Goldberg. What did they do? Backlash 2002, I'm not sure. I don't know. Was Backlash used to be a really big pay-per-view? I'm not sure. I mean, as far as I know, Backlash used to be a normal pay-per-view. But then again, this is Extreme Rules. It's right after WrestleMania pay-per-view. The next pay-per-view is considered, in my opinion, I think it's a bigger pay-per-view than even a SummerSlam pay-per-view. They can't even have a really awesome matchup at SummerSlam. You know, maybe every once in a while they can in a main event. But as far as I know, in past, like, I don't know how many years, CM Punk and John Cena, they're the only one who can they put up a really awesome main event. I mean, I'm not including all the other guys, you know, the mid-carders. I'm talking about the WWE title championship match. But then again, Taker and Team Hell No versus The Shield at Extreme Rules. Do you guys agree? Yes or no? Post comments. Okay, quickly, a good news and a bad news. Let's say... Okay, now quickly, a good news and a bad news. Let's see the bad news first. The Rock is still the #1 contender for the WWE title match. Are you serious, bro? Enough said. Don't want to talk about that right now. Okay, now this is a good news. Triple H will be on SmackDown this upcoming episode. I don't know what is he gonna do. We'll find out. And it looks like that's pretty much it. That's all the main stuff. They did something with Randy Orton and Sheamus. They had this terrific matchup. The crowd was going nuts. I can go on and on and on talking about the crowd, but I am so tired. It is 12:36 a.m. right now while I'm recording. I need to go to bed because I have to wake up early in the morning. Watch Raw. That's all I can say. In order to believe me what I just said or told you the whole story, watch Raw. Maybe it'll help. Trust me, it will. It's better than watching porn. I'm just kidding. It probably is. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.